market is still sitting around that market cap. Again, I told you guys we're probably going to see a lot of consolidation. It's been doing just that. It's been between 37,000 and 40,000. Really hasn't been too high up above those levels or below those levels. I told you guys before, and I keep going it over and over and over again. We saw a consolidation period, but for almost 2 months back in May, between May and July, right? May, June, July, it was just a bunch of consolidation for 2 months straight. It's doing the exact same thing over here, right? From January 22nd, March 22nd. So next week, that's going to be our 2 month mark. And I feel like we might see maybe another little low hit. I don't see it going below 30,000. And then we're going to start seeing parabolic, right? At least from looking at cycles, of course, it's not predictable. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you guys how the market's been moving. The past, I'm just following what's going on, and I'm just kind of looking forward from there. Again, we're reacting off the market. I want to see that $45,000 level be broken, solid break, solid close above it. And I think we're going to start moving parabolics. That's when, you start seeing, Bitcoin give you those confirmations. That's when I'm going to be accumulating a lot of my altcoins, right? Altcoins is pretty much everything but Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, if you guys look on CoinMarketCap, which I'm going to get to in a minute, owns almost 43% of the entire market. So everything else is going to follow Bitcoin, right? So follow and understand that, okay, when Bitcoin's moving up, everything else is going to follow. You see Bitcoin break that $45,000 level, at least that's what I'm looking for. That's when I want to go in. I want to start accumulating more altcoins, more so gaming and metaverse cryptos, because I know they're dirt cheap prices right now. And I know the gains that can happen on those metaverse and gaming cryptos. You're going to see on Bitcoin, you'll see maybe 100% gain, possibly, right? Maybe a little bit more. On Ethereum, you'll see maybe 300% gains. Maybe if Ethereum moves and provides the Ethereum 2.0 that it's supposed to be coming out with soon. I hear it's supposed to be pretty soon. We could see some nice gains on that. But I'm talking altcoins, the altcoins that have micro caps, very small cap in there, not a lot of money in those, but they've been around for a little bit. They've been developing their gains. They've been developing their metaverses. Those are going to pop, and you're going to see 1000% gains on those. And that's when you take your profits, you roll them into your longer terms, your Ethereum, your Cardano, XRP, Bitcoin. You roll those into those, and that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. Come on this bull run. All right. I'm ready for the bull run. I don't know about you guys, but the last bull run was cool. I got some profits off of it, but I know this bull run is going to be something different. And I know the reason why I'm telling you guys this is so you guys can be ready for it when it happens, right? Where I know a lot of people don't usually hop on our sessions. A lot of people don't tap in because the market's down, the market's bloody. It gets a little stagnant. A lot of people don't tap in. But guys, this is the perfect time to start tapping into this stuff, because you're going to learn that buying low and selling higher is the way to go. Not buying when the hype is there. That's when all the big institutions, that's when the big players are saying, oh, they're talking about it, let's pump it up a little bit more. And then while people are continuing to buy Bitcoin at 69,000 like they did last time, we're going to sell it, except it's going to be, of course, at higher prices like 80, 90, $100,000 for a Bitcoin. That's when you're going to see the market start moving downwards, and the bear run can happen for a year, 2, 3 years. So now's the time to start looking in the, accumulating some assets on your side. Of course, I'm waiting. I want to see that $45,000 level broke, and then we off to the races, I believe. With that being said, one little news article I wanted to bring up was XRP, right? XRP, if you guys don't know, has been going through a lawsuit with the SEC. They stated that they're a security, and there's been a whole bunch of stuff they're trying to get XRP on, and they've been failing, right? And as you guys can see here, XRP lawsuit, court states its terms to side with Ripple on fair notice. Guys, I hope you guys really understand what is happening. And it's not just for XRP. All right, this is for the entire crypto market, because the SEC is trying to slam them for being a security, right? And also trying to slam them for selling XRP when they didn't, right? They're trying to get and say that the people that created XRP are selling their shares of XRP. They have no proof of it. right? So this is an article I can drop in the news articles in our Discord that kind of just goes over that, what's been happening. SEC has been failing tremendously on trying to secure that XRP is a security. They cannot prove it. They said XRP owners were selling their shares when they got hit with the SEC case, which they didn't. And I even remember when they said that they wanted to see the SEC's shares of their cryptocurrencies, and they didn't want to show that. And I guarantee they had some XRP in there. And XRP, if you guys don't know, works exactly like a bank. It's for global payments, it's for global transactions from country to country, from state to state, that happens in seconds. It happens in seconds. So, you know, while the Ukraine, for example, is going through all the traumatic disasters over there with Russia, right? What can happen if people want to donate, right? Bitcoin takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Ethereum maybe takes 5 to 10 minutes. XRP takes seconds, about 2 seconds. It's there in their wallet, right? So it's very fast. It's going to be used like a banking system. Okay, so I feel like XRP is one of those that you guys can write down, that you guys can look into, even though it's been very, very held back and very, I guess you would say, secluded, because we can't buy it on Coinbase. Of course, if you were to buy it, you can buy it on KuCoin. That's an offshore broker. You cannot really get it technically in the United States on Coinbase or any major exchange. You can get it on KuCoin if you were to get it. But this is one of the coins that I'm personally been stacking, that I have a very nice bag in, that I want to keep accumulating. And when the lawsuit is completely over, guys, when it gets on Coinbase, I'm telling you right now, you will not see XRP below $2. Okay. And that's a firm statement, because I know the people that are behind XRP and what they're going to do. They're coming out with NFTs. They're coming out with all types of stuff. Even during the SEC case, they've been blowing up all types of projects that they've been, you know, working on with different countries during this SEC case. So they're not stopping for anything. So the team behind them, the community behind them, XRP gang, XRP army, shout out to you guys. If you guys been holding that XRP and accumulating XRP, shout out to you. And yeah, that's really all the news. I'm going to pass this over to Pat, because I know he had a couple things he wanted to go over real quick with you guys, and then see what he has. And then we're going to get into our basics. I'm going to show you guys how to really find those coins, find the crypto coins that you guys are hearing about, that you guys are looking into. I'm going to pass it over to Pat, see what he has for you guys. He's going to pass it back to me, and then he's going to go over staking, and then we're going to get into our NFT for the week. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. Appreciate all 11 of you, all 10 of you technically being here with me and Pat. Our support your support is amazing. It's priceless. I think that, you know, it's just a start to greatness. Just so you guys know, our sessions are Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We actually have a raffle going on. We're gonna have a raffle going on for either a Pavia plot or a boss cat plot. We have that on our Telegram, and we have it on our Discord. Make sure you guys go vote. We'll let you guys know if we get enough votes, if we're going to do it, and what the details are, and which NFT we're going to be raffling. It's going to be low ticket. It's not going to be anything more than 30 or 40 ADA a raffle. And you're going to basically be getting a spot for a plot that's worth over 300 to 400 ADA. So to me, last time we did this, we had great success. We had amazing winners, people still holding. They paid 40 ADA for a plot of land that went all the way up to 700 ADA, 800 ADA, almost 900 ADA. So to me, that's a steal. I don't know about you. I would participate, but of course, I'm the person that's giving it. So appreciate you guys for being here. Pat, shout out to Pat, man. He's always doing his thing. He's always researching. He's always, you know, giving us the value that we need to succeed in this space. So appreciate you, Pat, for being a mentor for all of us. Go ahead and take it over, man. Let's get it.
What's up, guys? All right, so we still got this crazy market going on. NFTs are up and down. I don't know if, like I said, anybody went after the drop today. For Cornucopias, that was a mess again. Worked out. Like, I was busy. I waited 2.5 hours for this man. And I get a text from Journey. He's like, well, we're going to send you a free one. So that kind of worked out. So anybody that was in that queue, get some free mints on that. So that'll be a free NFT. So what I want to show you guys real quick is Journey, you got to turn me on. There we go. All right. look, there's another big name. Just throw it out there. So Microsoft dives into Web3 with investments with Ethereum's co-founder startup Consensus. So this is the company actually that I was talking about last week when we were talking about MetaMask and how MetaMask was being stopped in Russia and I think one other country where they were stopping users from doing certain trades and all. And then people were talking about was it being centralized, that kind of stuff, where MetaMask really isn't, but the company that owns it is. Well, Microsoft always wants to keep their hands in the pot, so they just made a massive. Basically, they put in a bunch of money into the company. Now they've more than doubled their valuation to $7 billion. And like I said, this is the company that owns. They're most known for anybody that's been watching our show, doing stuff with NFTs, that kind of stuff, especially on Ethereum. People doing swaps. More than likely use MetaMask. If you don't have a MetaMask wallet and you're watching this, definitely want to get one. We have a video on that, but that is a wallet you definitely want. It's this little fox guy up here. But they probably out of all the wallets have the most users. It is one of the most used wallets. Like we said, Microsoft isn't going to miss out on something like that. So that wallet gets you into not only swaps, not only into NFTs, it connects you to Web3, it connects you to the metaverses. So once again, this is just to show you guys, like we said, when we got in this, there's still very few countries that are, have this as a legal tender or anything like that. Like, don't think you're late to this game. We are super, super early. We're ahead of Microsoft. We're ahead of a lot of these big people. They're just getting in on this because they see that they're missing out and that it's not going anywhere. So anybody's been watching, market's down. In my opinion, it's a great time to actually get in terms of you're getting in low. Like, this is what I was talking to me and Jonah were just talking like the other day, and it was funny. It's like we get more people, more viewers, more people doing mentorship, more people asking us how to do this and that when the market is in all green and Bitcoin was sitting at 60,000. Now that the prices are sitting at a discount because it's not moving up all the time, people start going away. I promise you, you can look at this count. Like he just said, it's like 10 people on here. You watch when Bitcoin goes back up to 60,000. I promise you, we'll have a lot more than 10 people on here. It's just the way the market goes. Smart people are watching right now. You're the ones that are going to be able to pick up this stuff. And if you do it, like we said, with cost averaging and all that, which is basically buying at the same time, same day, whether it's every day, every week, once a month, whatever you can like afford to do, just keep buying at that. And you're going to get the best average of price, especially while it's down low now. Even when it goes up, you keep purchasing, keep purchasing, keep purchasing. That's how you end up getting like the best bang for your buck. But like I said, this is an early time. Microsoft's getting in, as we've seen. We got the countries working in. So I don't know if you guys followed the news. Like there was an issue. Basically, when the world deals with oil, it's almost always been in the US dollar. That's actually just changed as of like yesterday or today. Now, like Russia isn't using other money, not just US dollar. Which next we're going to see the US go digital. That'll probably be the next thing we're going to see. US will go digital, and then it'll go back to being using the US dollar for US digital currency for everything again. That'll be the next. Basically our big piggy bank, how we were the world power with when it comes to like legal tender, everybody uses the US dollar, everything based on the USD. But now that it's going so crazy, now that people also can see like what capabilities you have with crypto and all, I see in the next, especially with the way this oil game is going, this is like, it's bad for the world, it's bad for anybody when we're paying at the pump. But for like blockchain and all that, it's going to be good. Like this is just going to prove how valuable all this stuff is. All right, so let me get off of the news and let me show you the next thing. So we went over this before, but I want to make sure everybody has this and everybody's aware about this. So with the Ethereum, all right, so with Cardano, when I had you guys basically getting into different pools that we got into. This was how I was saying basically we were going to qualify for the airdrop for Sunday swap. Put into a pool. onto each wallet. So I linked multiple. Some of you might have just linked one. Either way, I want to make sure you guys do this. So you go to, all right, so you need to go to drip drops. Okay. In drip drops, this is basically what this is going to do is this is going to get you all your airdrops through Cardano. So when you go right onto a normal wallet right now, if you would go onto like your YoRoi or one of them, it's going to tell you when each, like, it's called the epoch is. Epoch is 5 days. It's just a set amount of time. And right now it's based on 5 days. So when you put in the pools, you're basically like kind of staking. You're getting paid a small percent. So anyone that's in a pool right now, you're going to see yourself accumulating about a 4% APY on your Cardano. It's not a ton, but you're steadily getting things. And a lot of people are thinking that's their airdrop, and that's not how that works. That is just that part. That is your interest payment. So now what I want to show you is, so what you do is you take your wallet address. So if you don't know how to do that, you go to your wallet, just go like you were going to hit receive, copy this address right here. You're going to put it in. This is, I don't know which wallet I have in here right now. So you'll put it in right here, whatever wallet is. Check my drops. You are going to see a whole bunch of stuff. Now, every single one of these, as you see like this, 5 stripper tokens, I got 100 myth tokens. All these are free tokens that I am able to claim, okay? Now, here's the way this works. It's got a little bit of a catch to it. Some of these tokens you can't find a value to yet. Some of them you can. Some of them are already worth a little bit. None of them are worth like crazy amounts of money. But we're also in a down market. These are brand new tokens. And of all these, we only need a couple of them to take off, and you end up making out good with this kind of stuff. So like every time this airdrop, so for each one of my wallets, like this drip token, who is through this, right? So this is a token I would think eventually should do pretty decent. But they're giving 1,100 of them out. And the way this is working, so like if I collect this, it's not done. Every 5 days, it's a new epoch. So depending on, you can change how much Cardano you have in your wallet, and that will change how much airdrop you get, okay? You can pull in and out at any time. As you're spending, it's automatically doing that. You're not unstaking your stuff, right? So you're delegated to that pool. So as you can see here, this is letting you know the countdown. So actually, like if I claim all this stuff today, in 20 hours and 15 minutes, I'm going to have a whole new batch of airdrops. So this is one thing I want to make you aware. I know in the beginning, I told you guys that you can collect some stuff here, but you got to check this every 5 days. Now, that being said, you have to pay a transaction fee. So you can collect up to 10 at a time. So if I wanted to grab 10 of these, let's just grab them. 10, 2, 3, let's just go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 3, claim. And you might also, some of these, like I said, these could be worthless tokens. So as you can see, I'm going to be spending 5 ADA just to collect these. So if that whole batch of tokens is only worth like 2 cents, it's probably not going to be worth grabbing these. So some of them, like I said, are going to be decent ones to grab. At least like they have a little value now. Other ones have none. So you're going to have to use your judgment call on that. But this 5 ADA, so the way it works is, let me give you this breakdown. It's not going to cost you 5 ADA. So as you can see down here, if you do a single one, they're going to ask you, if you just collect one, they're going to ask you for 3. It's going to be a 3 ADA fee. They're going to get returned 1.3. The rest will be used for the network. When you do 10 at a time, like I just did, you saw they charge 5. You're going to get back 3.1 of that. So you're only going to still pay. You're going to pay 1.9. So if you're collecting, it's going to cost you 2 more ADA in the beginning, but it's only going to cost you a 0.2 overall to collect the extra 9 tokens. So grab them in batches of 10 when you grab them. If you're going to grab, I'll grab them in batches of 10. And then it'll get returned to you as the NFTs come in. When they come in, now this is one thing I did just because like I said, some of these are weird tokens that you don't always see. So what I did was I made an extra wallet that I'm going to use, put some of these into. Um, so for example, let me see. Yeah, I just did this one yesterday. I called it drops. And it's going to be all the strange names. So some of them will come up as your regular assets where your tokens would. Others come up as like NFTs. So it's weird how they're popping up. But I just move them all into one wallet. That way everything's safe. Don't have to worry about everything. You don't necessarily have to do that. I just do that because I don't want a ton of these in with all my other NFTs and just getting these wallets all mixed up. I kind of keep all my stuff separated. But that's just another option. If you need to make another wallet, it's as simple as clicking on the little dot in the top right, just hit new account. You're gonna type in your password, or you'll type in a name for it. Like that's the one that I typed in drops. Type in your password, hit create. It's that simple. It'll pop up. Now you have a new wallet. As you see, I have like 5 of them. Each there's wallets everywhere. We do that. We call them burner wallets sometimes. If you're going after certain drops that you're not sure of, you can use a wallet just in case something would happen. It's a safe wallet to be using. But that's the one thing I wanted to show you guys. So just when you do check this, you can go on to like MilliSwap. If you go to featured tokens here,
You can either do featured or you can do all.
here all, and it'll give you, like you said, this is probably where the little guys are. These don't, this way doesn't usually give you, featured will give you the price. I don't know, there's probably a tab, a way to do it with all also. But like you said, as you can go scroll down, you'll see like lobster, it's not worth hardly anything, but they were given like 1 million of them. You're getting 1 million every 5 days for a month for a year. That adds up. You know what I mean? Like, don't look at this at a one time, oh, I'm only getting 2 cents. Now, it does suck if you're collecting 2 cents and you're spending $2 to get it. I wouldn't always necessarily do that. But certain ones like the drip token, I mean, a couple sites will start probably using this drip drops. And if it starts using, I don't see why their token wouldn't be good. Some of the other ones, just do your research. They are popping up. So if there's popping up, there's got to be a little bit of volume with them. And just start collecting. Like I said, I'm not going to collect all of them. As you see, there was like 30 there. I'll probably collect one batch of 10. And just go from there. I don't know how quick they expire, anything like that. I don't think they keep adding up though. So it won't keep going from like 1 million to 2 million, 3 million. It's going to be separate claims you have to do. And like I said, if you did multiple wallets, you have to plug in each address. So like I had to go through 4 different times and do that on 4 separate wallets. Then you can collect through that way. But just know that's every 5 days. So as long as your wallet is delegated to a pool and you have Cardano in it, doesn't have to be state Cardano, just have it in your wallet, okay? You are qualified and you are going to be getting these airdrops nonstop on this drip drop. So just put your address in, check it out, and see what you have. And like I said, it's up to you what you claim. Always do your own research. None of this is really financial advice. We just try to point out the free stuff to you. That way, like I said, if down the road, you've seen how some of these airdrops are. We've gotten airdrops that are worth a penny, gotten them worth over 10,000. Like, we never know what's going on with these. So I would take the time, check these out, and maybe grab a few of these. That's the only thing I kind of wanted to show. Pretty much everything else. I'm going to get back to Jonah and let him go through the rest of this. All right, so I'm done with this. All right, guys, let me get back to Jonah. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the chat. Let me know. And then he's got a couple of things that we're going to go over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect. Perfect. So let's get right into the meat and gravy for the session, guys. Like I said, what we're going to be talking about is how to actually find these coins. Now I'm going to drop a website in the chat, and I'll also drop this in our Discord as well. It's coinmarketcap.com. So this is where you're going to be able to see all your coins. There's, as you guys can see, there's over 18,000 coins on this market. Of course, we're not going after every single one. And they rank them, starting if you just, open the site, they rank them from top, meaning number 1, number 2 being Bitcoin and Ethereum. They mark them by whoever has the biggest market cap. Right. And then, of course, it'll tell you how much volume's coming in every 24 hours. and then it'll tell you the circulating supply. So how much total supply there are for each coin. Of course, every coin is different. The bigger the supply, of course, usually the prices are lower, not necessarily, but usually those are going to be your lower cap gems. Here, you can always search it up, right? You can always search up your coin. So if you're looking, let's just, pull up Blocktopia, right? Blocktopia is a metaverse coin we've invested into, we've called out before. I think this one's going to be solid and as a long-term play. You can see the price movement throughout the day, the 7-day, the monthly, the 3 months, the year, all time. And you can kind of see where price has been and where it is right now. Another thing I do like about this is that if you scroll down a little bit, you can actually see the markets that it's in, right? So it'll tell you what exchanges you can purchase the coin on. So a lot of people ask me, okay, where can I get this coin? Where can I get this coin? Just go on CoinMarketCap, type in the coin, go down to its markets, and it'll tell you exactly where you can get it. Usually, you want to see a high confidence level on the exchange. You want to stay away from moderate and low, because usually those are either newer exchanges or they're exchanges with not a lot of liquidity in them. So they can be scams. They can be, I guess you would say, less secure than the ones that have high confidence. So as you guys can see, KuCoin has over $1 million of volume within the last 24 hours. As you guys can see, it's on KuCoin, Gate.io. This one you can get mainly just on KuCoin and Gate.io. Gate.io, be careful. I did have someone hit me up and say that they would have to move their funds. I think they're cracking down on the security level. Not sure what that's about, but just be careful. I would say KuCoin hasn't done anything like that, just because, crypto laws are becoming a thing, crypto regulations are starting to come in effect. So, these exchanges are taking their security, they are taking their precautions so they don't get in trouble. So anyone US, usually KuCoin and Gate.io, they're not US based, they are offshore. So you do have to be careful with that. And if you do get emails, usually you'll get an email telling you, hey, you need to move your funds to another exchange. Usually you can just move it to MetaMask. And usually we have a video on our YouTube for that if you need to do so. But usually you can go to the markets and purchase them right where they are. Like I said, just be careful with Gate.io. I did have someone hit me up about that, that they had to move their funds over to another exchange because they are cracking down on some things. Another thing you can do on here, if you go on, if you click on your main page, you scroll down, you're going to see this little tab above. You can click on categories. That's what I like to do because I like to look at my gaming cryptos. I like to look at my metaverse cryptos. Of course, you guys can go all into these different you guys can go into all the different categories and stuff like that. I like to choose one, maybe two, maybe three tops categories that I want to focus on and do my research on. If you're focused on Polygon network and you're focused on XRP network and you're focused on Cardano network, your mind's going to be everywhere, right? Maybe focus on one or two categories, I like to say, and study up on them, YouTube it, ask questions in our chat, do those things, get involved with their communities as well. And of course, whenever you look up a coin, let's just go back to Blocktopia, for example. When you're looking up coins, you can go right on their website. You can go check out their white paper. White paper, if you guys don't know what that is, it's just a roadmap, what they plan on doing, their tokenomics, how many coins they plan on releasing every other month or every year or whatever it might be, their supply, their circulating supply, how many coins are out there as of right now, and stuff like that. Okay. And then again, you can go to their website, check out their website, look at the white paper there, go on their Twitter, Telegram, Discord, etc. You can go and do your due diligence right on their website or their white paper as well. So that's things that I like to look at. And then of course, if you're ever adding something to your MetaMask, right, ever adding something to your MetaMask, you're going to make sure whatever the contract is on, you're going to be on the Polygon network, for example, for this one, and you can just add the token. All you got to do is copy the address and you can add the token right. If I'm on the Polygon network, let's go to the Polygon network. And if
just hit the Fox.
Oh yeah, you could also hit the Fox, but sometimes it doesn't work, but usually you can just add the token, it'll add it for you. But if it doesn't, a manual way is to copy the address, because I know sometimes it doesn't work for people. You just scroll down, hit import token, and then you just paste the address, or you got to click on, am I wrong? I guess I already have it added, but
Go
paste
to
the address and then you just add the custom token, then you're good to go.
Yeah, hold on. Go to Matic real quick.
Matic?
Yeah.
On MetaMask or what?
No, on CoinMarketCap. Let me just show you something real quick.
Okay.
So if you just hit that first fox, it's going to put it always on Ethereum. All right. So your token, whenever your token is not showing up, you hit that fox, it's popping up on Ethereum. Look at Polygon. You hit this more, go to more. It'll allow you to add any one of those other chains for that certain token. So certain tokens are going to be on multiple chains. Polygon's on multiple, as you can see there. If you just hit that first Firefox, it's only going to show up on Ethereum side. If you want to add Polygon to actual Polygon's network, you're going to click on the link over there and just hit the Fox as a quick link. If that's just a quick heads up, they just added that recently, that drop down box, but it makes it super simple now to add for every single chain. So, and then if you don't have chains in, you got to watch another video. You got to import every single blockchain after that.
Sweet.
We got videos for everything. But now, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to.
There you go. Appreciate that. That's something new to me too. So hey, I just learned something on my own session. Another thing you guys can look at is a watch list. So if you guys are ever looking at a coin, all you got to do is just click the little star to the left side of it, and it'll add it to your watch list. And you can make as many watch lists as you want. You can add them to your watch list. You can just hit add coin and add any coin that you want to add to your watch list, just so you don't have to keep typing it in or, looking through the categories and all that stuff. You just have all your coins on a watch list. That's just something easy to do. And then another little tool, a little fun thing to do, you guys can collect diamonds every 24 hours. I've been collecting them for a while. I have over 4,000. And what these diamonds can do is you can actually buy and get rewards, and they do NFT drops. They do all types of stuff for rewards. So you guys can get in that and do that as well if you are willing to do that. You can do this right on here, and I'm pretty sure on CoinGecko. CoinGecko is another site you guys can use. I don't use this one as much as CoinMarketCap, but this is another one that you guys can kind of collect candies, I guess it is, and use the rewards or whatever. But it works the exact same thing. You can make a watch list. You can look up the categories, all the categories and stuff like that. You can do all that stuff on here too. So it basically works the same. It's two different websites, coingecko.com and CoinMarketCap. I'll drop that in the chat for you guys in here. Cool. All right. So that's just really the basics behind everything. We actually have a video on how to actually purchase a coin on our YouTube. So go back on our YouTube. If you're brand new to this stuff, go ahead back and watch that video. Just get the basics on how to actually purchase a coin. Major exchanges, you got Coinbase, you got crypto.com, and you got Binance.us. Those are the top three that we really give people. Very easy to do. They are centralized. So any type of gains that you have, you will have to pay taxes on if it's over a certain amount. Luckily, I was able to, walk away without paying too much taxes on it. I don't know how it calculated and said I didn't have any gains, which is weird, but we'll see later down. We'll see what the IRS says or whatever. But hey, just make sure you do file taxes. They will come after you. So just make sure you do that. That's something you, one, don't want on your credit, and two, you don't have to deal with all that mess. So make sure you guys, if you guys did have some type of gains or anything like that, you guys can literally just do it. If you mainly use Coinbase, you can literally do Coin Tracker. You can add your Binance to it. You can add your whatever it is. You can add FTX. I don't know if you can add crypto.com. I'm not exactly 100% sure with that one, but if you did use any of those major exchanges, you will get a tax form either in your email. And Coinbase, you can literally just go to the tax bracket on the right hand side on your icon, and it'll give you your whole breakdown, what gains, losses, whatever it is. So that's something that I would definitely do. I think that is it April? April is when the last
April
sometime
15th,
in April,
something like that.
April 15th, like the last day you could do taxes. So make sure you guys do those. If you guys do it by yourself, TurboTax actually does it, and actually you can connect your accounts right on TurboTax. So that's something else you guys can keep in mind too, if you just do it yourself, or get someone that knows what they're doing, and a real financial advisor is the smartest thing to do. All right, so I'm going to pass this over to Pat. He's going to go over staking real quick, and then we're going to hop right into our NFT drop at the end. So make sure you guys stay to the end so you guys can get that NFT drop. It's a good drop. It's actually in a metaverse on the Polygon network. Pat, back to you, man. Let's get it.
All right, so we're going to keep this part pretty basic. So what staking is, for anyone who doesn't know, it is the same thing, let's say, as putting your money into a bank account. You're going to get paid interest. They're going to base it on an APY. Same kind of thing. We do a couple things we call staking, we call farming. Staking is kind of where you lock it, usually for a longer term. Farming, you kind of pull in and out. Both are available. Rates are going to change depending on how long you usually like lock it. Same thing with like if you ever bought like a CD or anything like that through your bank. You know, the longer you commit your money, the more they're going to give you a little bit in return. The difference is when you're dealing with crypto, you're getting a so much better of a return than what any bank can even come close to. On your standard money, so you can keep it completely safe. You can get for the dollar for dollar, so you don't have to worry about your money going up, your money going down. So rather than just sitting in your banking account accumulating dust, that's pretty much it. You can put that same thing into a crypto that's going to, like I said, mimic the dollar. It does not go up or down. It does exactly what the dollar does. And you're going to get closer to 8% return on that. Bank isn't even going to give you a quarter of 1%. Okay, so right there, you're getting, I mean, you're probably going to get 40 to 50 times what a bank is going to pay you on your regular dollar. Then you have higher risk stuff. So what you can do is any of your, now pretty much almost every wallet, especially for your standard tokens, any exchange, if you go on Binance, if you go on Coinbase, certain tokens are going to say if you want to stake, you're going to get an APY. It's going to usually be like 2, 3, 4. What they're doing there, the problem is they're going to give you, same as the bank, they're going to give you a cut of what you should be getting because you're dealing with like a centralized, if you're dealing with an exchange, like Coinbase and all, they're going to take their cut. So there's certain ones that are going to get you paid more. There's other ways, like I said, when we do farming and stuff like that, you don't really have to give up a cut. Paid as high as we've seen as high as 80,000 APY, even higher than that. Now, these are super, super high risk stuff. The safer it gets, the lower it'll usually get. But like I said, even 8% is a very good amount compared to what any traditional bank's going to give you. So now, the one thing I want to show you, one platform, this is one I use. I'm not going to go in deep with this one, but I want to make you guys aware of this. It is called Nexo. This is one website I would check out. It's a wallet I would probably get. It's one I use. This you can borrow, you can stake. Your interest. So the way this wallet works is cool. So they're starting to do these more and more wallets. This is what's neat. Every bit of crypto that you put in this wallet, you are going to automatically be getting interest on. So you're not going to, like on Coinbase, they don't really do that, or they give you such a small fraction. You don't even really see a return. Next there, you see a return. You just put your money in your wallet and you're going to get 3, 4, 5%. But you're not staking your token. You're just putting it in. They're giving you interest because they're using your money. Okay. So what you can do there is you can hit, let me see. And now they're even doing, look, you get $100 in Bitcoin for signing up. So if anybody doesn't have a wallet, hit me and join up, and we would love to send you a link. We both have these. You both would get $100. I think you and us. So it works out. And with this, like I said, this is a wallet that I definitely like to use. You can get up to, let me see if I can find these APYs. Where are they? Actually, it's probably right over to borrow. So they probably do borrow and loan. So like I said, you can borrow money against your crypto. Why am I not finding staking? So every one of these you can stake right now. Percentages though are not. Sorry, I should add this part up. Usually this is like the first thing they put on here because it is their it's how they make all their money. But here's what I do know. Like Ethereum, you're going to get about 5 or 6%. No, I don't believe you can use this in New York. New York is very weird with crypto. Out of like the whole US, New York's probably the biggest pain. There's a bunch of stuff you're not going to qualify for because who knows why. It's the same reason why just being in the United States we can't qualify for early ICOs and stuff like that. But New York, you even have more. So I don't. You can try this exchange. I don't know if you can use this. If not, you can yield farm. There is a way you could stake, whether your state wants you to this way or not. This is kind of traceable. There's other ways you can do it where you're not necessarily staking, you're doing something else called like providing liquidity and that kind of stuff. We could definitely show you that kind of stuff. That takes a little while to go over. That's more of like a private session thing, but you still can stake even though you can't do it here. All right, this is just a much more easy, more user friendly. But sign up for this wallet. I can't find the thing right now. I'm not going to keep digging, but you get very good rates. So like you're going to get top, bang for your buck on these, especially with the safest. This is the highest returns I've seen on almost everything they use. I mean, you can get upwards now. They will limit it sometimes for like 3 to 6 months. But you'll get up to like 30% on tokens, which you won't see like anytime. You won't see that kind of stuff on Coinbase and all. To have that from an actual exchange is really good, and then they benefit you if you buy some of their token. The more of their token they have, the better rates they give you. We had a video on this. You can check it out. We did a whole video on Nexo. But like I said, you can buy, you can stake here, real easy. Like for example, their native token is Nexo. I know if you stake this right now, I locked it in for 12 months when I had some, or I have some. I can't touch it. It's locked in for 12 months. They give you like 14% APY, which isn't bad at all. Like I said, banks give you 0.25%, so it's a lot better for your money. But this is going to be the most basic and the easiest way. So anybody's looking at just getting in and you have a bunch of tokens, you see them on this list, hit us up. We'll send you a link. Install this wallet, and then you can start. Like I said, it's the easiest way to start staking, safest way in at least in what I know. In terms of going through exchange that's kind of reputable, your yield farming stuff like that, it can be a lot more risky. I have not had a single issue with them. They pay you out every single day. If I log onto my account, I show you. So like where you get paid your interest every single day. So anything that's staked with them, so the way a lot of times staking will work, your stake, say you stake 100 tokens, those 100 tokens, if you stake them for a year, you can't access them for a year. Now, a lot of these, like this company, they pay you your interest every day. Your daily interest, you can accumulate. You can keep that. You can take that. You can withdraw that. You can use that. The 100 years stake, you have to leave them for the year. So that's like the trade-off with it. But this is one you definitely want to check out. Next, so like I said, you can do it on Coinbase. If you have Gemini, Binance, I believe Binance has some staking, very little. Gemini has a little bit. Coinbase is going to be your biggest one for right now, but I haven't staked a thing on Coinbase ever. Like I said, to me, they're the worst of the batch, just because they're taking a big cut, and we don't need to necessarily give them any money. We can get around that part. So if you guys ever wanted to do that, like I said, we can go a lot more in depth. We do private sessions for that kind of thing. This is going to be the basic way. So if you just want to set up a wallet, put some tokens in here, like I said, without doing anything, you'll accumulate it. If you want to stake it, you're going to even a better return on your money. But this is still going to be, like I said, the basic. It gets in a lot more in depth, but you can get a lot more for your money. So that's always another option. If you guys have any questions, hit us up in the Discord. Because like I said, this one can be a little bit trickier. But like I said, once you get a wallet set up, if you do get a link from us, set your friends up. Let them get the link from you. You guys can get that $100. Like I said, Coinbase gives a $10. This is giving out 100. It does say you have to do a top up, which means you just got to put some money in. But if you have a couple, whatever, 100, couple thousand in tokens that are sitting, these kind of wallets are nicer. Have your money work for you. That's the main thing you want. You should not have a token, and eventually we should not have an NFT that is not making you money. They're starting to have you able to stake NFTs. once your once your NFT is able to do that, I would recommend doing that. Like I said, there's no point in just having your tokens, your NFTs, your coins, whatever. Let your money work for you. Keep it working. There's lots and lots of ways. Like we said, we know how to get interest on it. Any interest, so anything that and then we can borrow. So we know how to borrow, and then they will charge an interest rate on your borrowing. But what we do is we show you how to offset it by staking another token and getting a higher interest rate. So whatever you're paying in a fee, we kind of get it back, show you how to get it back with other tokens. But that's pretty much it. We will send, if you're in our Discord, we'll put a link out, me and Jerna, because we got to log on to get it pretty much. And then you guys can use this wallet. And like I said, it's a good wallet. I've had this for, I think since 2018 when this coin came out. Coin is actually a token I like. This thing is very, very, it's not a stable coin, but it's very stable. This thing floats around $2 almost at all times. I've seen it down to like $1.50. I've seen it as high as $4, but it's almost always right around $2. And like I said, they give you benefits for buying their tokens. So if you are going to put a bunch of assets in this, I would recommend getting some of their tokens. You can just do an internal swap and grab some of these, but it will give you better rewards by having their native token. But that's it. All right, back to Jonah. Let me let him close this out, or unless you guys have some questions for us. That's pretty much it.
Bet. Appreciate that, Pat. Appreciate that, Pat. Yeah, Nexo is a great platform, guys. If you guys want that, we will drop links in our Discord. Just let us know if you want that. And of course, like I said, make sure you guys vote in the poll so we can get this raffle going. We can start it tomorrow, but we need the people to do it too. But tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is something that we've been looking at for a little bit. I think we actually talked about it in one of our I think it was one of our calls one day. We talked about this Cryptoverse platform. They're actually a 3D virtual world metaverse. And they're very interesting. I mean, the graphics are sick. The technology behind it's pretty cool. And they are partnered with the token CGG. And that's actually a token that we've talked about in the past. Chain Guardians, they're actually partnered with them. So in order to actually mint their lands, which actually start tomorrow, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click on this land sign up and put in your email. I already did it, and I got an email for the mint information for tomorrow. Most likely you're going to be in the public mint, and I'll go over that information in a second. Pretty dope. And I'll drop this in the chat as well. You guys can check it out, and we'll drop it in the Discord too. It's a very cool project. They have over 17,000 followers on Twitter, and they have over 10,000 followers in their Discord. I think it's a great project. I'm gonna have to look more into it and kind of like dissect it, look into the white paper and everything like that. But I think it's a solid mint if you were to go for it. They're dropping their lands tomorrow. Got an email about it tomorrow. They have a couple different rounds, and this is kind of the prices for everything. For a single parcel, it's going to be $180. Most likely that's what I'm going to be going for, because as you guys can see, small package, which is 30 parcels, is over $5,200. And then me personally, for a project like this, I'm not going to be dropping that much unless I know it's one of those projects that are going to take off. But I'm going to be going for a single parcel, maybe two. I don't know yet, but I'll probably just be going for one. See how it does, probably hold on to it for a little bit. And it's going to be on the Polygon network. So you will have to have the Polygon network on your MetaMask, and you can purchase it. You're going to be able to purchase it with USDC or USDC and the CGG token, right? So if you do this, you will have to have it on your Polygon network. And again, like I showed you guys can go to the markets, see where you can purchase the CGG token, and you guys can do it right from Gate.io or KuCoin or Uniswap, which on the Polygon network, it's going to cost 0.01 Matic, which is less than 50 cents. Okay. So that's how you can get your USDC. Again, it has to be on your Polygon network. I will go to Uniswap and make sure you're on the Polygon network once you have your Polygon network in your MetaMask, and purchase your either CGG tokens or your USDC on your Polygon network. Have that ready to go tonight. Have a little bit around, have like 190 USDC or $190 worth of CGG token. And then on top of that, have a little bit of Matic for the fee, because there is going to be a fee. Have like 5 Matic, have like $5 to $10 in there just for the fee, just to have in there. Matic's a good token anyways to have. But for the mid tomorrow, it is going to, once you get your email, you can watch how it's going to happen. Like I said, you will have to have it in your Polygon network. And the times for it tomorrow, let me just find the times for it. Public round is going to be 3 p.m. UTC. So we're 4 hours since we, if you're on Eastern Standard Time, we actually sprung forward an hour. So it's 4 hours instead of 5 hours behind UTC. So that is going to be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Tomorrow, it's going to be $187 for a single parcel, $180. So have a little bit more. And then again, make sure you guys have your Matic token in there. Have about 5 Matic token in there for the fees, for anything that you have to pay for. You don't want to have to go there, be like, damn, I don't have the Matic. Then you got to scramble around. Just get everything ready to go for tonight, and you'll be ready for tomorrow.